Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily. Pill number 1010. 1010. It's binary. Tomorrow will be another binary pill. 1011. Dang it and dang it and dang it to heck. Alright. So back in the sauna again. Here we are. We have one more night. This is the second to last night here, broadcasting from the sauna. Hello, everyone. Dang it to heck. So, what? Went to see some bears today. We're at the North American Bear Center. It's so quiet in here. No comments? I think... Are we having glitching here? Fuck. I can't see what you're all saying. Oh, there we go. Kimberly Austin, good morning. I thought... I thought that people were commenting, but and I just wasn't seeing them, but apparently no one has anything to say. Nishala Kelly, hello. Back in the sauna again. Pete, and repeat. Kyle Castle Anderson, long time no see. Sir, hello. Oh, you're welcome, Kimberly Austin. Yeah, so like I said, tonight, welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist, by Mouth Daily, pill number 1010, or 1010. I like it because it's a binary. And then, pill number, tomorrow is also binary. Isaac O'Brien. I forget how to pronounce your last name, but let's do... This is the house that Jack built. All right. Been super busy. I hope you've been super busy doing something fun. What else? Oh, we went to this really cool iron mine. Oops. Audrey says, hi, hot stiff. Oops, I mean hot stuff. You can call me. I'll answer to anything. All right. Oh, yeah. So the day was all right. We went to the iron mine. Where is that at? Well, it's here in Ely, Minnesota. But went in an elevator a half mile underground. That was pretty cool. Dang it to heck. And it's so deep they had a physics laboratory down there for a while. It closed in 1962, but now it's a state park. Hey, Wes Gray. What do you say? Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, the boys had fun. I don't know if Laura Brandel is here yet. What else, though? Oh, I took a shower today, so some of you knew that already. Some of you were there. I think I saw Nishala. She was in the shower with me. Schultz, Carla. I don't know. I'm all right. I was kind of crabby today. The boys and Laura, they said I was salty, that I had salty balls, whatever that means. I think Jack made it up. But Laura was saying it too. All right. The kids are better tonight. They didn't go to bed crying. There was like one whimper, like sort of just a remembering of the feelings, I guess. But it wasn't nearly intense. They're both better. They both really had a hard night last night. But tonight was a lot better. Hello, Craig Silver. Oh, I hope it's a lovely, fattening snack. High calorie, enjoyable snack. Thank you, Audra. Thank you for asking. I guess so. We still had fun. I wasn't too bad. I was just mad. Well, Laura let them get 2 things at the gift shop today and 2 things at the gift shop yesterday. And I was like only voting for 1 thing, if that. And I don't know, I was just pissed off because like this shit's just gonna get thrown in a corner and never looked at again. But oh well, I don't know. And like I just, I just get all salty about it. I don't know why. Like, it's not, I don't know why I try to fight it. Just go with it. It was organized before my hospital stay. We wanted to get in a trip before the boys started school again. Hey, Jack Trapper. Salty in the sauna. Welcome back, Ken Eddie. Cheyenne keeps wanting me to lick the walls in here because she says they'll taste salty. Dang it. Got lots of hair, right, Wes Gray? Maybe it's a little overdramatic bedtime drama for the boys then. Overtired or don't want bedtime. Smart kids to use real legit fear. No, I think Alex's might, I think his might have been a little dramatic because Jack was getting a lot of attention, but I don't know though. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's really hard for me to listen to Jack cry, and so I'm sure it's hard for Alex to listen to him cry too. Hey, Daryl, I'll try not to lick the walls. These schnozberries taste like schnozberries. They had a really short summer break because they got out late. This last school year, and this school year started early because it has to end early too because they're doing some construction. Sal de la Cerda, hello. This is the sauna actually, and I'm at the Blue Heron Bed and Breakfast here in Ely, Minnesota, and rather than waking up the whole bed and breakfast, I come out here and use my loud booming voice to broadcast to all you people, you lovely people. I am wearing pink pants. Woo! These are the softest pants you ever touch. Dang it to heck. Making the sauna famous. Tim Kitchens, hello. Let's see. Woo! Dang it to heck. I forget what brand they are. Let's see. Karen Neuberger. Like years ago, Laura got a pair of these socks by Karen Neuberger, and they're super. I remember those. And then they had pants at Costco a while ago. These Karen Neuberger. The socks were great. The pants are better. I don't know. Costco was all out of them last time I checked. Karen Neuberger. Here, I'll see if I can show you here. Woo. Live, Love, Lounge, Karen Neuberger. These are pretty cheap. I think. I don't know, Laura bought them, but I think I remember her telling me how much they cost, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Amy Baca gets me higher than Flocka. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible how these feel. The only thing I would change about these pants is I would give them deeper pockets, because when I squat, my phone will fall out sometimes. But fuck, at least they have pockets. Most female PJs don't have pockets, and it's Awful. I just thought people might want these wonderful pants. Kimberly. I am probably high maintenance though. They're so soft. You want to see me squat? I don't know, I'd have to move the camera angle. Maybe I can squat over here. Woo woo. I don't know, whatever. Matches the fire extinguisher? I don't know about that. I know, Kimberly Austin, I can take a joke. Hey, Asia. Give me all those cookies. The Pink Panther. We messaged a couple days ago, I think. Yeah, we were going to stay in touch. Thank you, Asia. Because I like my... light red is my favorite color style. I love you too, Kimberly. I love these pants. I wear them. I wear them in the psych hospital. I wear them at hotels. I wear them at the bed and breakfast. People probably can't figure me out, right? Like, this guy's got a wife and 2 kids and he runs around in pink pants. What the heck? I just break everybody's expectations. What is the weight of the universe? I don't know. That's a tough one. Oh, I think the fire extinguisher's broke. I better try it and see if it works. That's a good idea. You want to be safe. You want to be prepared in case a fire does happen. I don't. Years ago we had these socks. Laura got them as a gift, I think, for Christmas. Literally, probably 10 years ago. No, he fell for me because of the show, I think. The show makes me interesting, maybe. Oh, thank you, Nancy Drew. I do have pretty awesome kids. Pixar didn't happen, Sal de la Cerda. Sal says, I run around my house without pants. I'd wear your fuzzy socks, Asia. I'd wear them. What else? Right? Pixar didn't happen. I wish I had some dabs to do. What's a vacation without dabs? I tell you what. It does, Jesse. It needs a little more love. Oh, Asia, you don't have to send me any socks. The mine was super cool. It was a fun ride down. The elevator ride down was probably my favorite part. But you go a half mile down under the ground, and then you get on a little train, and you go for a half mile on this little train, and then you climb 37 steps in a spiral staircase, and then you get up to another chamber where they hadn't quite finished, blasting it out. And then they just teach about how they did the mining. It came in a 2-pack, Asia. Blue with white polka dots, which I don't like very much, like a dark blue with white polka dots, and then these pink striped ones. Elaine, Catherine, hello. 7-Eleven doesn't have dabs around here. Yeah, and then they have a physics laboratory down there, way underground. It's always 52 degrees, I guess. Even when they had the Arctic vortex this past winter, it was negative 60. It was still 52 degrees down there. Nina wants the pants too. Oh, I'm just finished work. Oh my goodness. Don't you work too hard, Audra. Good night, I love you. No, probably not visiting anybody. I think we might stop in Superior. Either that or we might go to the Mall of America. Double dab will do ya. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. I'll rub your belly for you. Hey, Julie Hicks Farrell. Hello. Alex says I'm really good at rubbing his belly. Doesn't allow his mom to rub his belly, only me. And it was about a 7-hour drive. It was 7 hours to get here. I don't know how many miles. 60 pair? Where'd you get all those socks? You score at 7-Eleven all the time? Nice. Thank you, Audra. Mwah. I love you, John Joseph Brandt. Thank you, sir. I've been enjoying these sauna chats. I really have. Time has been flying by. We've been doing well over hour-long shows. Usually, they've just been going by like that. Belly rubs all around. Yay. Asia's the sock queen. Thank you, Elaine Catherine Finnegan. I love you too. Right back at ya, Nancy Drew. I'm alright, John. So what's the show plans from now on, Jay? So, Friday and Saturday nights, we'll do the format you're most familiar with, the 4-hour format, on top of the cupboards, and then Sunday through Thursday, more like this kind of sit down chats. In the same room, you'll see the background of the print, the Shepard Fairey prints with the Obama image on it and stuff. Those will be in the background, and just similar discussion. Out of the taking up 4 hours every night is just too much for my wife. So when she's on special occasions like milestones and stuff, and the weekends when she's not around, I am missing my set. Socks and cookies. I haven't masturbated in a sock forever, Carl. I used to do that when I was a kid. That's what you're implying. I used to do that pretty regularly, though. No, Tim Kitchens, I'm not on disability. I am applying. I got denied. Sal, my pillows are right here. That sounds familiar, Nancy Drew. Good night, Ken Eddy. Still likes the chats. Yes, Carla remembers. No such thing. Too much information here. I don't know. I always like to hear about people's masturbation habits, but that's just me. Dang it to heck. Our friend, our neighbor Matt, he said he would check in on it. Yeah, but the masturbating in the socks, that was really just an adolescent thing. But I digress. Jeff Rosen, good morning. Yo, Chris Howard. I locked myself in here. I did put on the... What about music festivals? I'd like to go to some place, a festival where I could trip my balls off. You're going, Catherine? I'm jealous. Trip your balls off for me. Oh, all right. Elaine, have a good day. There's Cheyenne. Clean as a whistle. Now it's pool noodles. I've seen that. How to convert a pool noodle into a sex toy. Use like a plunger. You need a plunger, a knife, a pool noodle, a condom, a couple of I forget now. Condom. What else? You're welcome. You found me tripping. Who was that? Kimberly Austin. Is it an I Love Lucy edition or a Boomer edition? Probably an I Love Lucy edition. Estasia, hello. Pete has no idea what's going on right now. See you tomorrow, Catherine. Yep, pool noodles are a thing for sure. Like you cut the pool noodle down to like about this long, and then you take the plunger and you stick it to your bathroom mirror, and then you stick one end of the pool noodle onto the plunger, and then you take a condom and you stick it inside the other end of the pool noodle, and I don't know, do you like use a sponge or something too in there to like, and then you like stretch out the condom around the pool noodle and stick it in, and you probably need some lube or something. And there you go. I had a good time today, Anastasia. I was kind of crabby, but other than that, you could figure out, you can just stick something in there. You could make it vibrate. Kimberly Austin. Were you freaked out by the set? Wait, what story is that, Asia? I just read about it. I had never done it. That's smart. Well, I'm a virtual fount of useless information, especially related to masturbation, self-pleasure, anything really sex-related. I'm an expert. No, I'm not. I've had my fair share of sex, but I wouldn't call myself an expert in all matters. I guess information about masturbation isn't useless. So you can put that to good use. Ciante. Oh, Kimberly was tripping too. Nice. I could tell you other stories though, Cheyenne. When I was growing up. Well, first I'll tell you. Right after I was diagnosed with HIV, I felt like I would never have sex again, especially condomless sex. I thought it was. Well, that's the guy I learned in high school. Like this married couple, they both had HIV, and they came in to the assembly, and they said they couldn't even have sex unprotected with each other because they were at the time there was a fear that the virus mutated so quickly that people could transmit the virus, back and forth to each other and get super viruses or something like that. But those fears never materialized. Well, partially, probably because, they found out years later that when somebody's taking medications and has an undetectable viral load, they can't transmit it at all. Anyway, but the last thing I learned was that even if I couldn't have sex unprotected, even with other people that were HIV positive, and I just felt like my life was over. I don't know, in a moment of distress, I guess. I guess at first something else motivated too. So I was in a Facebook group, and this young woman, she took a honey, what do you call those? A honey bun, and she pushed it up her vagina and then squeezed it out, and then so that got me thinking about what can I fuck, and I've been growing this eggplant in the garden. This is the only thing I ever got out of that garden. And I took the eggplant and I hollowed it out, and I hollowed it out, and then I fucked it, right? And I took a video of it and I posted it to Facebook. And a lot of people in this watch the show have seen the eggplant video too. Dang it to heck. But sadly, that eggplant went on later to die of AIDS. No, that's not true, and that's a terrible joke. Anyway, what happened next? I was on medication then. So, people that like are also familiar with the show, and Tiffany Babalva, she was around for the early days of the eggplant video, and I always say veg on the reg when I see her. And I was telling this story back in the day during the show, and I said, I don't regularly fuck vegetables. Because like I said, it was just a moment of distress. I have fucked vegetables in the past, just not regularly. Like the last time was in my adolescence. I did something very similar. I took a cucumber, I hollowed it out, and I microwaved it, and I fucked it. Dang it to heck. All right. I think so. That's the only 2 times I've ever fucked vegetables. All right. Turn it up to 11, Pete. I just want to see what people had to say about the eggplant. Yes, my account has been to jail more than once. I guess people are just shocked into silence, no one had anything to say about the eggplant. Hey, Tim Kitchens. What? Asia wants to hear more. I fucked a couch before, too, like my parents' couch when I was an adolescent. Just an adolescent, you're looking for anything to fuck. I don't know, every shampoo bottle, conditioner bottle, everything you gotta see if your penis will fit inside of it. And you couldn't find anything the right size. But the couch worked perfectly. Just lie on top of it, face down, stick your penis between the cushions, and just hump it until you come. That's how it works. That's how I did it. Oh my goodness. Hollowing out a cucumber or an eggplant? Hey, Danny Snow. Peaches are fun to squeeze. I don't know. I love you too, Astasia. What? Said Jeff Rosen. Jeff Rosen is shocked. Come on, Jeff. I know you've masturbated with some sort of vegetable. It's probably a melon, I'm thinking. You fucked a melon, Jeff, didn't you? Just kidding. Oh. Thank you, Danny Snow. Where's the couch? I think that one got... I don't know. That was my parents' couch long ago. You can probably fuck any vegetable. Oh, I still have the video. I still have the eggplant video. Just so you know. Don't do that, Asia. End up getting a yeast infection. You don't want to stick sugar up there. I wouldn't even recommend fruit. I'm not sure, Schultz, Carla. I'm not sure. Nothing shocks Julie anymore. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of other masturbation stories I have. I already talked about socks. That was my go-to for a long time when I first entered puberty or became aware what masturbation was. So all my socks would be crusty. My mom must have been she was cool about it. I guess she never made me feel weird. not like, I'm sure I did. All right. Like when I was, this is terrible. All right, I'll tell you. It's embarrassing though. All right. So like, I didn't even know better, I guess. But the first time I ever masturbated was like, my mom had this back massager, and like I did it right when she was in the same room. Like I was in the friggin' recliner, but she was behind me, so she was tactful and didn't say anything. God, this is embarrassing. What's wrong with me? And then why do I tell you people this? It's terrible. Sorry, Julie. I think back about that. That's really embarrassing. What is wrong with me? Right, Pete? Right? It felt good. What? Yeah, I do love you, Astasia. Thank you, Julie Hicks Farrell. Everybody masturbates with their mom in the same room. Dang it to heck. I didn't do that like a lot. It's just when I was 11. And they're just learning. That's really embarrassing though. Oh my goodness. I think back on it, I embarrassed myself. Because at the time, I don't even think I thought that she would know or something. I don't know what I was thinking. But now I realize she probably must have known. She wasn't an idiot. What the heck? Cher Williamson is here. Oh well. Oh well. Release. So if you get a massage and then with a release at the end, I think that's what they call it, right? It's funny, Asia. Were you in the tub at the time? Why wait till the end, Kimberly? Why wait till the end? Hey, Kelly Lively. I am in a sauna in Ely, Minnesota. Well, do you miss it, Sarah? Do you miss it? Yes, says Asia. Yes. Right? Pixar didn't happen. I don't believe any of you are masturbating at all. I don't believe you. You have to prove it to me. Oh, I'm feeling alright. Feeling alright. I'm not thinking about anything serious, I guess. The vacation is probably good for me. Like, it gets me out of the environment I was in and just like ruminating. That's fun, Nishala. Just use your hands or vibrator. What did you use? If you don't mind me asking. Was it an eggplant? I bet it was an eggplant. How about confessing, touching yourself to the parish priest? Did he prompt that confession out of you? The priest got us aware. That sounds suspicious. Cheyenne said, I flipped a coat rack upside down once and put it inside me once. That's an awesome story. Thank you guys for sharing. I shared some embarrassing stories, so I appreciate that. Makes me feel better. It's better than what's going on. You're having a hard time, Kelly Lively? I'm sorry. I'll clap my hands. I'll pretend to be happy. No, I'm having a good time with you guys. Hey, good day, Sue Barnes. I'm alright. Do me a favor and asking the others in your live if they had problems with their chat, because they can still not. Yeah, I haven't heard other people complain about that, Sue, but yeah, are other people having any issues seeing the chats? Did you try uninstalling and reinstalling? I think you did that, and it's just the one iPad. Is your pancreas causing you problems too? Because pancreatitis can be really painful. She can't see you. She might not be able to see you, Pete, though. Sue couldn't see anyone's chat. But Kelly Lively, I hope that the biopsy comes back with really good results. I wish you nothing but the best. Melanie Petroki Green, no. I don't know what that's in reference to. It's scary stuff, and I just hope that that you get good results. Sue can't see anything. Just keep swimming. That's all any of us can do, right? How did you know to even look for that, though? Were you having symptoms of some kind? Is that a true story? That is the best story. In an act of desperation, this is for Sue Barnes. Shina says, in an act of desperation, I used my child's vibrating toothbrush in a sandwich bag. I'm a terrible mom. Yes, I threw it away. Oh, that is the best story I've ever heard. We're gonna go on a canoe tour in the Boundary Waters. I don't know. I made you blush, Jessica? Oh my goodness. How did I do that? Right? Right, Shanna? That's embarrassing stuff. It's fun though. I don't think it's quite as embarrassing as the story about me masturbating in the same room as my mom. Oh my goodness. Just the tip. So the toothbrushes are a common thing, huh? That's pretty good. I like it. Vivalva, veg on the reg. Speak of the devil. I was just talking about. I was telling the eggplant story. No, it's fine. You put a plastic bag on it. It's fine. I'm on a road trip to Ely, Minnesota. I'm staying at the Blue Heron Bed and Breakfast. And rather than wake the whole bed and breakfast with my loud, booming voice, I instead chose to broadcast here from the sauna. At least a horrible mom wouldn't have used the sandwich bag. Blue heron, that would be nice. But no, heron, like the bird. I would think you just use the butt end, the charger end. That's what I would probably do if I had a clitoris and I was masturbating. I'd definitely use the other end. Veg on the reg. So now we're all sharing masturbation stories. Dang it, I don't know. What do I know? Well, somebody took the tip off, they said. That makes sense, though. You're right, China. Of course, you're right. You have the experience. All right, dang it to heck. What happened to Cher? I don't think I do, Kimberly. I really don't. It's embarrassing. Elton Sims, hello. Oh. Second time sleeping with my then new beau. Anal was dish of the day. Dang it to heck. And as he pulled out, you shouted. My goodness. That's never happened to me with anal sex from either. But I think if you do it enough, it's probably inevitable. Although I take that back. One time I was fucking Laura in the ass, and we had to stop and shower, both of us. How do you mean, Elton? How do you mean? I don't know if I have a maker. I don't think I have a maker per se, other than my parents, and I think I made peace with them. I was always at peace with my mom and my dad and I, on his deathbed. Not quite his deathbed, I guess, but because he moved to another bed before he died. But he and I reconciled, I'd say. That this isn't very funny at all, but that time that Laura and I we were having anal sex and had to shower because it was so messy. That was like probably a week or 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks before I was diagnosed with HIV. And I was pretty certain that she must have HIV because we weren't using a condom or anything at the time. And I just was freaked the fuck out. But no. She still to this day remains HIV negative. And now she's not at any risk of contracting HIV. No, I don't think anyone wants to use the sauna at 1 a.m. Sounds good, Sue. We'll try not to say anything too interesting until you get back. Yeah, I was scared. She must have been scared too, I'm sure. I know she was scared. She didn't handle it well. She punched me in the nose on top of Pike's Peak. Oh, well. Hey, Jessica Turner. Although when I was diagnosed, my viral load was really low. It was only like 3,000. And the nurse practitioner that I was seeing when I first was diagnosed, she was like, as soon as I saw your viral load, I knew your wife wouldn't be positive. Hey, Joe. Yep, we're in Ely, Minnesota. It's near the boundary waters between Canada and Minnesota. We should roll back into town on Monday, probably. Our last night here is tomorrow night. And then I think we're going to go maybe spend one more night, 2 nights tops, somewhere else. I might either go to the Mall of America or Superior. You been to Canada, Pete? Have you ever been to the United States too? Pete's from down under. I can really switch the mood up fast in this show. Can't. I don't miss it so much as long as I can get back to it. I would miss it if I couldn't go back to it. The Mall of America is in Minnesota, and I think it's definitely the largest mall in the United States. It might be, I don't know if it was ever the biggest mall in the world or not, but it's a big mall anyway. Lots of cool stores there, and roller coasters and all sorts of. I don't think there's a 7-Eleven. I didn't see one. Vivalva lives next to Ontario, California. Pete was staying with relatives in Vancouver. Nice. Yeah, and just like, it's got the world's largest McDonald's in it. I don't know what else. That's my son was telling me, at least. Just lots of cool stores, I guess. Did you have fun, Kimberly? Hot, cold, north, south, purple, green. We can't make up our minds on topics. I do have ADHD. Hey, Asia. Joe just got back from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Nice. Chocolate capital of the world. I don't know if it's chocolate capital, but it's known for chocolate for sure. Get dabs and what did Cheyenne want? Carla wanted to get dabs there. She thinks that's a good place to get dabs. I don't know about that. Robert Allen, I don't like public places either. I don't blame you. The Bellagio is one of the best indoor places I've been to. I've been there, I think. That's with the big waterfalls in Las Vegas, or the big fountains in Vegas, right? No, I'm in Minnesota. I didn't have any choice, Julie. I mean, I could have. I guess I had a choice, but not really, though. I wouldn't make a choice like that. She had every right to know, and I told her before I even got the final diagnosis, like, because when I was first diagnosed, I went to get tested, and for a full STD panel or whatever, and 3 days later, I still hadn't heard anything, so I called up the doctor, and I'm like, hey, I was just wondering about those results, and he started reading off, this is, HSV is negative, HPV is negative, chlamydia, gonorrhea, that's all negative, and then he said, we're just waiting for the HIV result to come back. And I said, okay, and I should have been clued in right away, because and I was a little worried right away. Because HIV test, they have a rapid one that just takes 24 hours. And so I waited another day or two, and the doctor calls back up, and he's like, oh, basically had a confession to make. He's like, we did get a result back. The rapid result came back positive, but I wanted to get the confirmation result before I worried you, and because that takes like a week or 2 weeks to come back, and so then but because so he wanted to get the final results before he told me, but because they send them off to Mayo Clinic, and if your rapid results come back positive, then they send it off for, I think it's like what it's called, like the African blot test or something, I don't know. Anyway, so they sent out my blood, but the first sample that they sent ended up like clotting or something. It became unusable, and so then I had to go back into the office and get my blood drawn again and wait like another 2 weeks. So it took like 3 weeks before I got a final answer. We were on another road trip when the doctor called and I got the final answer. We were driving to Colorado, hence why I got punched in the nose on top of Pikes Peak. But we were on our way to Colorado, and we were in Iowa, and we were just about to decide if we wanted to go through Nebraska, go straight to Colorado, or take the longer route and go through South Dakota and Wyoming and see the Badlands and Mount Rushmore. That way it's just a lot cooler drive. Nebraska just smells like pig shit. So then we decided, we just decided we were going to go through South Dakota, and I was pumping gas when I got the call, and he's like, I came back positive, and I'm like, is there any chance that it's a false positive? And he's like, not really, no, there's no chance. And I had hung up all my hopes on it being a false positive, because one of the things that can cause a false positive is, hey Barbie, one of the things that can cause a false positive is recent viral illness. And I saw your question, Pete. What made me think that? What made me think that something might be wrong and go get tested is I had just, in 6 months, I had multiple things. The first thing was Giardia lamblia, which is a stomach parasite, and that really caused pretty severe gastrointestinal symptoms for me. And then I got angular cheilitis, which is yeast in the corners of my lips. And then finally, I got, right before I got tested, I got hand, foot, and mouth disease, which is sores on the inside of your mouth. Kids get it, toddlers, and adults can get it, but it's just really rare. And that was the final, I was okay, I should probably go get tested, because I caught it from my son. And hey, Iva. So that's that story. So that was August of 2015 when I was diagnosed. I last tested negative for HIV in January of 2015. So somewhere between January and August, probably short, not that long after, because I don't know actually, but it wasn't that long after that I got Giardia. So, but the Giardia could have been not related to, who knows. Good night, Asia. Love you too. I don't, Pete. I don't. I have my suspicions, but I had quite a few partners around that time period, but there's one in particular that I think there's a really good chance it was that person. But it really doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter at all. You bet, Asia. You're welcome, Kimberly. It was me that gave it to myself, really. Well, I don't know. No one wants to get sick, and I don't know. It's no one's fault when someone gets sick, I don't think. I've heard it called the old man in the gut when I was in parasitology. When I was in nursing school, they call it old man in the gut, because under a microscope, I don't know, the structure's got two little eyes and whatever it is, looks like he's got a beard and two eyes. But it might be called beaver fever too, I'm not sure. You're welcome, Julie. No, but I was just answering that, Barbie. And I have my suspicions, but after I was diagnosed, I didn't even go back on Grindr for a year, and I don't know, all the partners that I had, most of them was only once. I didn't know their names or anything, so. Yeah, they were casual. After I was diagnosed, like I said, I stayed off Grindr, which is a dating app, or just ways to find a sex app more than a dating app. And I stayed off of it for a year. I just couldn't even look at it. And I couldn't face reaching out to the previous partners that I had had, and I just couldn't face the potential rejection that I might get, and but eventually, after a year, I did go back on, and I didn't know how to reach out to most of the people, but there was one person in particular. It was two people. One person I didn't know how to reach. Another person that I was afraid that because I fucked them, I didn't have a condom on, and it was probably around the time that I was HIV positive. I didn't know exactly when I became positive, but I reached out to that person after a year, and they were still negative, which was a huge... I just started sobbing after I... just was such a weight off my shoulders. And then... but then, yeah, I was back on Grindr, and I just had to prove to myself that I still could have partners, that I had sex with somebody who had HIV, or somebody that was living with HIV, somebody that didn't have HIV at all, and yeah, I just had to, but also, yeah, I had to prove that to myself, I guess, but also, I did face a lot of the rejection and, people being assholes, and it became not worth it to pursue relationships. Matthew Haven says, deal with it. What are you talking about? Marie says, hey Jason, hope things are well. Isn't Grindr old school? I don't know what are scruff. People use scruff too, I think. I have HPV too, or HSV too. Fuck. Oh wow, right? So after I was diagnosed, when I was first diagnosed, I didn't have HSV, and I had never had any warts before, and the very first partner I had afterwards, this guy I was living with, Laura, we separated for a year, and I moved, and she called up this guy that we both know, and asked him to come get me, and I lived with him for a year, and he didn't know he had cold sores, must have been exposed to it as a kid. Most people are exposed to HSV, that's herpes or whatever, and most people have it, and most people live with it and never know they have it at all. And this guy that I was living with was one of those people that never knew they had it, and probably, I don't know what the statistic is, probably up to 80% of people have either some sort of herpes, and so he had shaved really closely, and he was this scruffy guy, and he was just way too I lived with this guy and he was sexually abusive, I don't know, and I lived with him for a year, and I don't know, it's a rapey asshole. Anyway, he was way too aggressive, and gave me whisker burn all over my ass, and because he had the cut and he had been exposed to HSV, which is usually cause cold sores, I got HSV-1 all over my ass, and it was really, really painful. Because people with HIV, they don't have this natural defense against herpes virus. So most people, they don't even know they have it. But the first time I got it, it was I was dying. Oh, yep. And then the teacher, I think I also got warts from that dude too, I think. Because it wasn't that long after. But warts are the same thing. Most people, up to 80% of people have HPV too, but the vast majority of people, they get it and they get better, and that's how it works. No one, kids, chicken pox is a herpes virus. No one, and that can come back later in life. But no one thinks that a kid that had chicken pox is untouchable, right? I don't know. I think the stigma, if you catch it with your genitals, somehow it's so much worse, and it's a moral failing or something, and The truth is, STDs are like most illnesses. You get it, you get better, and you move on with your life. The first one was super painful. The other outbreak since, I've had probably 2 outbreaks since then. And if I hadn't had the first outbreak to know what it was, I wouldn't even know what it was at all. It was just like, both times it was like this teeny, like less than a pencil eraser size, like sore. And it was just itchy. It wasn't even painful. So, what do you hope I learned, Tim Kitchens? Hey, Kim Royce Perkins. The razor might have opened it up for you, like the break in the skin might have left you exposed. Yeah, like you just keep talking about embarrassing things for me. Like I'm really open about the HIV, but I don't talk as much about the HSV. I don't know. But, I think it's something I actively want to talk about more. Just so I feel more comfortable, I guess, talking about it. But yeah, it's hard not to feel bad about yourself. But there's no reason to. Like, intellectually, I know that. And I know the stigma is just a bunch of bullshit. But it's hard not to internalize it. It is about time for a bowl. It's about time to take the pill and go to bed. Any other quick questions? I think we all learn from all our experiences, and I think I wouldn't undo anything if I had the chance to do it over. I don't know. I guess yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be here now talking to you, and I don't know. I don't regret who I am. But yeah, I think I must have learned something from these experiences. But I hope, Tim, you didn't mean it as like, I hope you learned, like, you fucked up, and I hope you learned that you shouldn't, like, whatever. I hope, yeah. Because I was just being human. I do love my followers, Kimberly Austin. You're welcome, Dylan. Yeah, like, I hope you didn't mean it like I hope you learned your lesson. I hope you didn't mean it like that. Because if that's the case, I didn't. But I think I did learn. I didn't learn my lesson, but I hopefully I garnered some valuable experience that I certainly learned how to be better at sex. I guess you don't contract HIV sexually without getting pretty good at sex, because HIV is not easy to contract, right? There's not very, like, for most people, there's not very, compared to other viruses like hepatitis C and hepatitis B, there's like a lot more individual virus particles in each drop of blood. And so HIV has a much fewer number of viruses in each drop of blood, so each drop of blood is less infectious, or you can't contract it as well. And so you need lots of practice to contract HIV. Good night, Pete. Thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that, Tim. I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. And I definitely I saw how I could perceive it both ways. So I appreciate you clarifying, though. I think if I would have been more educated, I could have learned about PrEP, and then I could have prevented HIV. But as far as condomless sex, I fucking hate condoms. I fucking hate condoms, and for some people they can be an okay choice, but they're not going to protect you probably from HPV. Like I caught HSV from somebody's whisker burn on my ass. Like a condom wouldn't have protected me from that. And a condom probably wouldn't have protected me from from HPV. Like condoms don't fucking work that well for some diseases, because there's other ways to transmit it. And what? So, and then there's just other ways to every other STD is either eminently treatable or curable. So, herpes has Valtrex or Valcyclovir. That makes it, if you take it prophylactically or take it every day, if you one of the few small percentage of people that gets repeated outbreaks. Like I said, most people exposed to herpes never even know they have it. But if you're one of the small percentage of people that does thanks, Kimberly. Then you can take this medication that you won't get outbreaks. HPV has vaccines for the most risky forms, and antibiotics work for gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and so I think prior to the days of HIV, like 70s and 60s. Before a new STD came on the block and became a death sentence, it was normal for people to get tested every month or every 3 months and go on with their life. And if you happen to pick something up, get treated. And I think that's like I always say at the end of my premise, like it's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. And I think not everybody would choose to do this, like other people, but I think it is it's not an irresponsible choice to not use condoms and get tested every 3 months. Me too, Iva. So, I learned something about safety, but but I also learned that STDs aren't that big of a deal. Anyway, they shouldn't be. And yeah, I just think that was the first thing the prevention specialist, right after I was diagnosed, I went to the ARCW, the AIDS Resource Center of Wisconsin. And the very first thing, the prevention specialist, the specialist in preventing HIV, the first thing he fucking said to me was, "I fucking hate condoms." He pounded on the desk, and I was like, I had to pick my jaw up off the floor first, and then I was kind of pissed at him, right? I was pissed because I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that there was any hope. Fuck that. I was like, my life is over, and I'm never going to have condomless sex again. And that's just the way it is. And, but he told, it is what I needed to hear, though, too. You're welcome, Tim. You're welcome. So yeah, and then after I picked up my jaw off the floor, what happened then next? Anyway, I can't remember what happened next. I've never been to Georgia. But yeah, that would be my advice for, like, for some people that don't want to use condoms. Which is, I don't even use unprotected sex. I use the phrase condomless sex, because there's ways to keep yourself safe without using condoms. And you can have responsible, healthy sex without using condoms. Anyway, and yeah, like, the other thing I don't like about condoms is people lie about using them, right? Like, if you ever used, if you ever didn't go out without a condom, or went without a condom, there's probably a good chance that the person, like your new partner, also didn't use a condom at some point. Like, I don't know. I think frequent testing and treatment and like pre-exposure prophylaxis and vaccines and all those things. All right, this is perfect timing, Tim Kitchens. So, you're wondering what the show is about? People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. I'm on vacation, Kim. After 1,010 pills, 1,010 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me their most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show. The community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy does she knell, hell, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. Hey, Mama G. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warped nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. I have thought about that, Kimberly. Sometimes I wonder if, the show does for me what some of the HIV advocate, or does for other people what some of the HIV advocacy did for me, which just pissed me off, because it was like, I'm not where that person is at. My life is over, and I'm sort of feeling that. I think I try to keep it real, and not put a fake happiness around it, and but I always felt like the message was too positive, and some people might, I get a lot of support here, and the virus can be really isolating, so to see me get showered with all the love from you people, I think it might make them I fear that it might make them feel even more isolated. But that being said, I can think of at least 4 people living with HIV that watch the show and do get something out of it and come back. So, but yeah, I worry about, that's why I just try to keep it real, I guess. Anyway, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show's also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Cast Away, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. You heard piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, Thanks. A pinch of Peter Pan. A pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Come up to the lab. See what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me. I want to be dirty. Thrill me. Chill me. Fill me. Creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button. A corny year of Dumbo. A college try of I Spy. A couple raw strokes of Bob Ross. A spoon full of Mary Poppins. And the full Monty. No, just kidding. Python finally lumping Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the sky with diamonds and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. April will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. The first and the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and sempstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pinks will fly. Disco and dance will reign. Like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals you. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long, and all night long too, and all day the next day. And never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now when it's 1969. Free love. Woo. All right. Pill number 1010. 1010. Down the hatch. We are robot. And it's down. Free love. U equals you. Schultz Carla. Marcy Fowler. Kimberly Austin, thank you all for being here. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more ideas for you. You'll have things you'll want to talk about. And so will I. But alas, now it's time to say goodbye. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to all my embarrassing stories. And thank you for sharing your own. I really appreciate it. Makes me feel less alone. All right, thank you. Mwah!